In this video, you're going to see the magic happening. This back ribs top scroll will just pop in front of you. If you want to watch this magic happening, that's the right video for you. So while I put my gloves on, I introduce myself. My name is Sofia Vettori. I'm from Italy, and I make violins since I was a teenager. And I learned from my father, Paolo, that learned from his father, Dario. So my grandfather started in 1935 in a little town in Italy that it's called Firenzuola. It's very close to Florence. But now let's start with the back. Let's get immediately satisfaction. So are you ready? This is my favorite part of the varnishing process. And this is oiled base to seal the wood. And this is special because this is bird eye maple, as you can see. It's not only bird eye maple, it's bird eye maple that has flame maple, I don't know how to say, but look at that. It's just amazing. Alle fiammature di un arce romarezzato più occhio di pernice. Meraviglioso. I said it in Italian because it comes better. Look at that. So it's a flamey bird eye maple wood. I told you were seeing the magic. So if you like this magic that just happened, well, like this video. And we are going to do the same on all the instruments. And I am applying just the minimum possible that the magic happens, but I don't want to soak this wood because when I varnish, when I do everything in violin making, my main purpose is the sound. So everything that I do will have a reflection on how the instruments will sound. And does this even look like the brother of the first one when I opened the video? So, and look at that. So this ground, this will be behind all the varnish that I will apply after this is dry, and it will not change ever. So, because why I can say that, this is very important. So if you're approaching varnishing, and as we are all like looking for a new way to improve our skill, that's so much important for growing. So it's very, very important also that we're using product that we know how they will look like in 30, 40, 50, in my case, 90 years. So that's why I feel very confident also on sharing my technique, because I know exactly how it will look like in years and years and years to come. So I will not feel like confident on teaching. I share what I do, but something that I just tried once. Because how do you know it will affect the sound of the violin, the looking of the violin for the next decades? So that's why it's very important too. I'm sanding a little bit because there was some dirt there. So this video that I'm doing are live, so that you can really see exactly what I do without editing. So I think this is the best way to truly learn something. Yeah. So these gloves are not my size, and I already said that I need to buy my size gloves, and I didn't. So if you want to send me my size glove, no, I just need to remember to do it. So. And then these are a little bit bigger for me, so a little uncomfortable. But this is not toxic, so I could also don't use gloves because all my varnishing method doesn't have toxic material. So, and I changed some of the material I was using while I was waiting for my kid. So when I was pregnant, I felt like I didn't want to use anything that could be toxic for any reason. So then I just changed some of the ingredients. All the ingredients that I'm sharing with you, they're non-toxic. But I don't want to have like all my hands sticky. So that's the main reason why I'm using these gloves. All right, now we go on the other side here. So I can tell you a little bit about Firenzuola, this little town. And Firenzuola has a beautiful river that it's called Santerno. And if you ever visit Tuscany, I suggest you to come and visit also Firenzuola and Santerno. It's a beautiful place in the middle of the mountains. I mean, on the mountains. And mountains. That's one of the hardest words to say. Mountain. And this beautiful river, we still go there for swimming. I mean, swimming. It's not a big river, so most of all, you're just like laying there, and there are some bigger paddles in the middle where you can also like take a bath, and we go there. And I can't wait because in few months, wait, wait a second. In few weeks, I will be there. It's already June. So I will arrive in Florence 24th of June. And if you're wondering, well, you said you were Italian, why you're not in Italy? That's a good question. Because beside having a whole family of violin makers, I also married a violin maker, and the violin maker that I married, his name is Ted Screco, and he's a great maker. I'm glad I married a great maker. And he was living here in the U.S., and so I moved with my two boys, Cosimo and Dante, to start a family together. And here we are. But when we have some holidays, when we can, we always go back to Italy. So we're going to be in Italy for the end of June until the beginning of August. And I'm going to work with my dad, select wood, and prep for the next instruments that I will make. Here we go. So also for the top, I'm just applying the minimum to make it sealed, but not soaked. Here we go. And now it's time for the scroll. I will show you a trick for the scroll, because sometimes scroll can be tricky, needs a trick. This is beautiful bird eye maple also for this scroll. Look at the bird eyes. This here, do you see? They are the bird eye, and when you see sideways, they're like flame lines. These are bird eyes. Do you see that? And then when you turn, they're like flames, lines. I never realized that. That's awesome. Look at that. So the bird eye here, they become lines. Now for the scroll, I'm sharing the tip. So sometimes it's not easy to go here inside. So I use a brush, this one here, and I will apply. So usually I don't apply with the brush on all the instruments because I don't want it to be soaked, as I said. But for the scroll, that's not a problem for sound. So I just want to apply that goes in all the little corners. So I do that. I'm not too much concerned that it can be too soaked and then it will not sound, because the scroll is not, I mean, it's important for the overall looking how heavy it is and everything, but it's not directly correlated with the sound if it's like varnished too much or too less. But the varnish of the instruments really, it makes a difference in the sound. So this is always something I keep in my mind when I make my violins. What type of sound do I want them to be, to have. Okay. Wow, this scroll is gorgeous. Look at that. That's a special, special, special piece of wood. And then also I will go down here because it's hard to reach. Here we go. And I'll go again on the neck. So the neck will not get anything else after that. So this is the color of the neck when the instruments will be finished. So I will not varnish this part here of the neck. So, but I think it's already looking like a gorgeous ground color for the neck and a gorgeous ground color for the whole violin. Let me know in the comments if you're liking how Pernice is coming. And thanks for being here with me from your Sofia, from BB, the Chief of Happiness. She's sleeping. She just calls me when it's very late in the night and I'm still working. She comes and calls me and she dragged me out of the workshop. Like, Sofia, this is time to rest. So thank you again for being here with me. Ciao, ciao.